Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hi, my name is Alyssa, and for today's video, I'm going to be bringing you two different holiday themed makeup looks. I am so excited because I absolutely adore the way they both turned out. You're obviously going to be getting this one right here with this gorgeous green shadow, and I also did like a reddish burgundy one, and I'm so excited to share them with you guys. I really hope that you enjoy it. If you do want to see more like standard holiday looks, maybe a warm or a cool tone look, just let me know down in the comment section below. I can definitely add that into my upload schedule for you guys. But for today, I just want to do something that I felt was like super festive and super different for me. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed the video. And if you would like to know how to get these looks for yourself, then let's just go ahead and get started.
Okay, you guys, jumping right on into this first look. So we are going to start off with a pore filling primer. This is the Makeup Revolution Pore Blur Primer, and I'm just going to put this all over my T-zone as I usually do, just because your girl's skin has been having a field day, so we really got to take some extra precautions here. Next, I'm going in with this Charlotte Tilbury like highlighting wand thing. I'm not exactly sure what its name is, but everything I use will be linked down in the bottom bar, so do check there. But I'm going to put this in all the high points of my face because this particular makeup look is going to be so dark and vampy. I wanted to bring, as much luminosity to my skin as possible. I know, who is she? Next, we're going in with foundation, and I use the Huda Beauty Faux Filter foundation today. And then, of course, we've got to conceal because, like I said, your girl's skin's been having a field day, so we got to cover all that up. Jumping into the eyes, I am taking the Storybook Cosmetics Robin Hood palette, and this is the first time I've ever actually used this palette before, and I'm going to go in with that green shade right there, and I'll write all the shade names up on the screen, and I'm going to start working this all over my lid in kind of like an, what do you want to call it, like a wing, like a V shape kind of a thing, and I end up blowing it out, but this is how I did the other eye, so in order for it to look cohesive, I had to start here, so you could definitely do it more circular starting off if you want to, but I'm pretty much just putting this from inner to outer corner and connecting it as if it was a wing, like you guys can see here, and I'm just using a Morphe M433 to do this. Once you got that placed down how you want to, I'm taking this like taupe colored shade in the palette and just blending out all the edges. I will say I did have to do this a couple times to keep that green nice and vibrant, so do keep that in mind. This is not just one go. I'm switching into the Dark Magic palette from the Jaclyn Cosmetics and Morphe Vault and taking that like teal shade, and I'm going to start putting this, I'm not going to call it just like my outer V, it's more like the outer half of my eye, if you will, just to really kind of deepen this up because I just didn't have enough dimension with just that one green shade that I initially put down. And then going back into the Dark Magic palette, I'm taking the black shade in there, and then I'm putting this pretty much just in my outer corner. Again, just adding a little bit more dimension here. You could skip it if you want to, but I definitely think this made the look so much better, in my opinion. Going back into that Storybook Cosmetics palette, I'm taking the green shimmer and I'm going to place this all over the lid. It's going to be somewhat monochromatic, as you guys can see with the other eye that's already done. And then next, I'm dipping in this Dose of Colors in Desi and Katie Little Quad. I can't remember its name off the top of my head, but I'm taking this little green shade and I'm popping that on the lid. It has these gold reflex. It looks way better in person than it does on the video, but trust me, I found the step necessary. And I am taking the same green shade that we used from the Storybook Cosmetics palette, and I am lining up my lower lash line with that, and then right here I'm taking that blue-green shade from the Dark Magic palette and doing the outer half, and then just blending it all together, pretty much repeating what we did on the top but without the black. And then I'm taking this Colourpop single shadow in, I believe it's Distressed, and I'm just going to highlight the brow bone with that. Of course, you know your girl always pops on lashes, but you can skip it if you want to. And moving on to the rest of the face, so I'm going to take this Kat Von D Shade and Light palette and use the two deeper contour bronzer shades, and I'm going to bronze and contour with them together. Next, I'm taking the Colourpop blush in Count Me In, and I'm going to stipple that all over my cheeks. I think this was the perfect shade to complement this look, if I do say so myself. And then I do put a little bit of the Felxitarian highlight on. Again, really just trying to bring as much light to my face as possible since the eyes and the lips are so dark on this one. So I just use a light hand with this, but I mean, go as ham as you want to. And as you can see, I do use it as my inner corner highlight as well. For my lips, I'm taking the Kylie Cosmetics liquid lipstick, and I'm pretty sure this is in the shade Vixen, if I can remember correctly. Again, everything is going to be down in the description bar, so do check there, but I'm just going to pop this on my lips, and then that completes look number 1. So there you have it, guys. This is my take on a really nice smoky green look for the holidays. I love the way this turned out. Honestly, you guys, I had to redo this like a few times because I wasn't happy with my initial plan. So I love the way it turned out, and if you don't like something really, really vampy, you can definitely switch out the lip for a nude, just whatever suits you. But yeah, I really hope that you like this one. Okay, so jumping into look number 2, now I'm super excited. Again, another pore filling primer here. This is the Cover FX blurring primer. This is probably one of my favorite pore filling primers. I know you didn't ask, but I just wanted to share. And then your girl is going to go ahead and jump into foundation. This is again the Huda Beauty Faux filter. If you guys are looking to look like you have straight up a new layer of skin, I know that sounds creepy, but this foundation will give it to you, girl. And then of course, we're going to hide all of our problems with concealer. So go ahead and do that. I didn't show it in the last set, but I do set all of my concealer with powder because your girl is oily, so I just wanted to leave that in here for this one. And then moving on to the eyes, so we are using the Ace Beauté Grandiose palette, and I'm taking this like burgundy shade, and we are going to lay this down all over our lid in a pretty similar shape to the one we did before. This wasn't planned, but you know, things just happen like that. So I'm going to go ahead and just blend this all out. Sorry about that little song break. So we're going to pick up where we left off. I am going to go ahead and just pull this shade down on my lower lash line, as you can see, just connecting it to that outer portion and just really blending it out until I'm satisfied with how the color looks. And then I'm going to start kind of filling it in. So at this point, what you're going to see is me kind of deciding to do a halo eye, even though this really isn't the shape of a halo eye. This is just how I wanted the dimension to be. So I am putting this shade on the inner and outer corner as well, just really filling in that area, leaving the center of my lid naked for the moment. Switching to the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette, I'm taking this burgundy shade and I'm going to pack this on both the inner and outer portion of my eye for a little more dimension. I definitely think if you do not have the Ace Beauté Grandiose palette, that you could definitely just start with this shade from the Jaclyn Hill palette if you have this one and go from there, because the shades are quite similar. This one is a little bit deeper, so it did make a difference for me, but you could definitely get away without using the Ace Beauté palette if you have the Jaclyn Hill palette for sure. So definitely do not stress about that. I always try to use less palettes, but you guys, I was going kind of crazy here, so I'm sorry about that. Taking the Jaclyn Hill palette again and using this deeper burgundy shade. Again, you guys know how I feel. We're adding dimension. So I'm switching to a smaller brush. This is the M506 from Morphe. And I'm just, again, really deepening up the inner and outer portions of my eyes with this shade. This shade is stunning. You guys, I think this shade truly made all the difference in the dimension of this eye look for sure. So here you can see I'm lightly kind of connecting the inner and outer corner. Like, I don't do a lot of blending, but I just kind of brush it around to create, again, that depth. So, you know, kind of do whatever it is that you feel comfortable here. And then I'm just kind of blending everything out. So I'm taking that same deep shade that I just used from the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette, and I am going to line up against my lower lash line with that, and then taking that same M506 and just kind of buffing it out so it's not a harsh line. And then I'm taking a clean blending brush with no product on it and just blending out all the edges because I really like the way that this particular shade fades on its own. It's so, so beautiful. And now I'm taking a brown liner and just lining both my waterline and my, why can I never remember what the top is called? You guys know, I'm just tight lining everywhere with it, okay? And then I'm going into the Milani Gilded Gold palette and I'm taking this super beautiful shimmer shade. It looks silver, but it's got like this funky shift to it. It reminds me of, it was Manny's palette with, was it with Colourpop way back in the day? If you guys know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But that's what that shimmer shade reminds me of. It looks like one that was in there. And I think this really sent this look over the edge. And then I went back in with the Jaclyn palette and took the shade, I'm pretty sure this is the shade I'm in it. It's the white with the pink shimmer, and put that in my inner corner. And then I just did the matte, like cream white as my brow bone highlight. Again, your girl popped on some lashes because y'all know I'm a lash hoe. It's just, it had to be what it had to be. I'm taking that Kat Von D Shade and Light palette again, using those same two shades to both bronze and contour with. I'm trying to use this palette up, you guys. Like, I don't want to waste the makeup, but it's been so long. She's probably so old. And then I'm taking this Tarte blush palette. It was like a holiday palette from a couple of years ago at this point. And I'm just mixing. I always mix my shades from this. I never just use one, but I'll write both the shade names on the bottom bar. And then I also ended up mixing some highlighters because the first one I used did not look good by itself. So again, I can't remember what they are off the top of my head, but I will have them down below for you guys. And then for my lips, I'm going to have a lip combo today, girl. I feel like I never have lip combos, but this is the Maybelline lipstick in Nude Nuance, and I put that all over. I had the hardest time coming up with a lip combo I liked, but from here, I also take MAC Blankety, and I just kind of put that all over the center. And then last but not least, I take the Rimmel London gloss in the shade Seduce Me. It's just a clear gloss, and pop that on. And then there you have it, you guys. This is my little, I want to call it red, but we all know it's burgundy, but I feel like it still counts. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it still counts. But anyways, you guys, this is the completed second look. I really hope that you enjoyed the entire video. I am so happy with both looks. Like I mentioned, I feel so very festive, so holiday seasonally appropriate, but definitely let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments section below. If you did enjoy the video, you guys know the drill. Definitely give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. That's right, I'm watching you, and hopefully I will see you in my next one. Bye!